everyone. My name is Dr. Bharat Thakur, and I will be conducting this session for you all. And we will explore a little bit deeper than what we think yoga is all about. So, yoga ages 5,000 years, and you need to speak few things with me so that something goes inside you. Say with me, yoga ages 5,000 years. This is a time-tested method of human research into happiness, human research into well-being, human research into what do I do with myself, that a bit of me I question every moment of my life. Descartes says, who we are, what we think is what we become. We are not more than a thinking. We're just mere a thought. And if we are just mere thought, then the science of yoga, which has talked about consciousness, human consciousness. What is human consciousness? How far can we go? So my life I was from a political family in India. Lost my family when I was small. A teacher took me to the mountains of Himalayas. I was a monk till the age of 23. And then my teacher said, go teach yoga. I did read Islam. I did read Jainism, Buddhism, Tantra, Mantra, Samohan, Yoga. I found yoga to be more approachable. This is the only science on earth that works. Buddha says anything that works is called truth. If you have a back pain, do a session for 3 to 7 rounds, 1 hour a day, and your back pain will go. If you have blood pressure problem, you can heal it. If you have diabetes, asthma, migraine, sinus, so overall it helps to heal any possible disease on earth, including some major diseases like depression. Now, how do we define yoga? What is yoga? So, there's a lot of people who have spoke about yoga, how yoga works, what the yoga does. There are many schools of thought into happiness. Sciences of what is yoga? It starts with happiness. Then it goes towards evolution. The moment human mind starts evolving, the human mind starts thinking to do better, you are in the process of evolution. And after evolution comes understanding and bliss. So you eat veg, you eat non-veg, nothing to do with yoga. You are happy, you are unhappy, nothing to do. My teacher used to say, you should practice yoga when you're tired of happiness. What is that beyond me? Where the yogic sciences begin. So to explain you the basics of, because it is not mine, it's 5,000 years old. And no one like a yogi cannot claim he's a yogi. There's no super master in the world of yoga. You're just a practitioner, you will die a practitioner. So there is no hero worship, there is no God worship, there is no gurudom, nothing. It's how deep is your study. If you claim yourself as a yoga guru, teacher, master, that means your study is very shallow. You've not even walked into the water and you're thinking outside, I'm a swimmer. You need to get into the water to swim. Today in the evening when I will be doing my yoga session, I'll be practically digging you deep inside your consciousness where you will experience real blockages in your human body. You will be coiled up like this. I will take you to and it's just a method of breathing. So yoga is defined as, with me, can you all say with me, it's okay? Yoga, little loudly and clear like me. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. That means yoga is the process by the help of which we stop modifications of human mind. Whenever I sit quietly, what can happen to me? Whenever I am by these rocks, when I saw these rocks, I had goosebumps. It's so beautiful. It's so pure. Nature is so heavy on here. And human being, the moment science becomes more heavy on you, or the experience become heavier than you will be blissful and happy. The more you try to, the Western mind, see, there are two schools of thought. One is the gym. That's the Western idea of fitness. We have the Eastern idea of fitness. And we'll get into all those. First, let's understand. And after my talk, you will carry this in your head that what is yoga in depth. So yoga is basically a method of 8 steps. What is yoga? 8 steps. From a beggar to a Buddha. From a street beggar to Buddha. If anyone follows that ladder, you will be there. So say with me, what are the 8 folds of yoga? There are many schools of yoga: Vinyasa yoga, Hatha yoga, Kundalini yoga. Yoga is just yoga. You can pull out a piece of it and say this is yoga. No, yoga is the whole. These rocks are not the nature. The whole is the nature. So similarly, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the process by the help of which we stop all the modifications of human mind. There are 5 modifications of human mind. How many? 5. Say with me. 5. There are 5 modifications of human mind. Mind cannot go to the 6th modification. See the research of the teachers in the past. If I am idle, I can only do these 5 things. I cannot do the 6th thing. What are those? Then yogis talk about vritaya, 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 panchataya, vritaya, panchataya, klishta, aklishta. That means if I sit with any of these modifications of human mind, I will go to a painful space. If I indulge myself with any of these modifications of mind, it will lead me to pain today, tomorrow. Some will lead me to lesser pain, klishta. Some will lead me to higher pain, aklishta. What are those? Say, right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep, memory. This is who we are. We don't do more than this. We think good, we think bad. We imagine, sleep, or go in the past. This is human life. Now, yoga talks about there are 2 worlds, the external world and the internal world. When I look at her, there's external being, but there is something deep inside her which she only knows. There's deep within you something which only you know. Even your wife cannot know that. Your brother, sister, uncle, auntie cannot know, because that's you at the core. Each human being, Allah Ta'ala has made everyone different. You can't imagine, there are millions of people on earth and each are different. See the creative power of the Almighty. Yoga do believe that there's only one source up there. There's no other thing. Vritaya panchataya klishta klishta. That means if I am with any of these modifications of the mind, I will lead myself to pain. Right knowledge, wrong knowledge, imagination, sleep, memory. Where does yoga begin? The first meditation as a yogi to do is how do I feel? This is your 24/7 meditation. How do I feel? And what do I do to that feeling? How do I feel? And what do I... And your feeling is accumulation from childhood. You felt. This is what you became. So we are evolving, even if you don't want to say I'm evolving, but trees, plant, river, fire, earth, everything is evolving by seconds. But the evolution is so subtle. Evolution is very, very, very subtle. And so, for example, this tree is changing in size. Now also, can you see it? No, it's subtle. Put a 24/7 camera, look into it, you will see the subtler changes. Similarly, yogis talk about that there are these 7 ladders one has to go into to get into the space of happiness. After happiness, you will evolve. Say with me, Yama, niyama, yam niyam. See, Yama, why? Thank you. Yama, yam it is. The Britishers, Americans made it Yama. Niyam, it became niyama. Like Ram became Rama. So similarly, yam, niyam, asan. Yam, niyam, asan. Yam, niyam, asan. Yam, niyam, asan. Pranayam, pratyahar. Yam, niyam, asan. Pranayam, pratyahar, dharana. Dharana. Yam, niyam, asan. Pranayam, pratyahar, dharana. Dhyana samadhi. From child to the last breath of my life. Yam. There is no religion on earth which has not used yoga. All religion stands of the fragment of yoga. The rules and regulations. Yam. Satya ahimsa asteya or parigrah brahmacharya. Satya, truthfulness. Is whether it's Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, everywhere. Truthfulness. Why truthful? It will give you a good feeling inside. So what yoga talks about? I am just a feeling. I'm just merely a feeling. 24/7 I am born to feel. And feeling happens out of experience. What you do, how you do, where you do. Like you were here for someone 3 days, someone 5 days. How do you feel? What are the changes within you? So yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. If we understand this 8, we have understood yoga. Someone tells this 8-fold as Ashtanga yoga. There's no Ashtanga yoga. Yoga is yoga. Ashtanga means these 8 names put together, it is called Ashtanga yoga. So, yam, satya, truthfulness, ahimsa, non-killing, asteya, non-stealing, aparigraha, non-hoarding. Just go and check your drawing room, your cupboard. See the amount of clothes you have. Heavier, that will bigger, that will grow. More clustered mind you will feel because you have choices. So less thing keeps you happier. Aparigraha, non-hoarding. Satya, ahimsa, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya. Brahmacharya has not been understood well by the Western commentators. Brahmacharya means no sex. Brahmacharya means God-like behavior. Brahma jod acharan, God-like behavior. That means I will try to do one thing, not to hurt others. You are a brahmachari. How you behave like God? There's only one way. Because of me, no one is upset. That's a brahmachari. Then comes niyama. Niyama means here also We clean the external body, but yogis are of the thought that not only the physical body needs to be clean, right from your nasal passage to the alimentary canal, you can clean internally. So we have satkarmas, we call it. Satkarmas in yoga. So Sauch means cleanness. The physical cleanness, the mental cleanness, and the cleanness at the thought level. Because Descartes' line, do remember, I become what I see, what I think. So my thought has to be cleaned 24/7. If some ugly thought is coming, you can pray and say, thank you, I don't need you, because it's disturbing my space. Space, time, and human being is human life. So Sauch, cleanness, santosh, contentment. As a yogi, so these are 10 rules to be a yogi. Sauch, santosh, contentment. Say with me, yam niyam, asana pranayam, pratyahar dharana, dhyan samadhi. If I know this eightfold, I am a yogi. Now comes, what is Yama? Yama has 5 parts. Satya ahimsa asteya. Satya ahimsa asteya. Satya, truthfulness. Ahimsa, non-killing. Asteya, stealing, non-stealing. Aparigrah, non-hoarding. And brahmacharya is godlike behavior. And next part comes cleanliness. Sauch, santosh, tapa, swadhyay, Ishwar pranidhan. Now you see, this is coming up, right? Where you fast. Ramadan is coming up. There's nothing but the tapa. Sauch, cleanliness. Santosh, contentment. Swadhyay, self-study. Who am I? Why am I like this? How do I evolve? Sauch, santosh, tapa. Then comes tapa. Willingly allowing yourself to go through a process where, like fasting, leaving non-veg 3 days in a month. Anything you can pick. There are hundreds of things. Only eating fruits for 1 day in a week. Only drinking water 1 day in a week. So anything you can pick as to change the internal homeostasis of human body. Because we are too, like we sit like this. So basic changes can take place if we change the entire homeostasis by doing this tapa. Swadhyay, Ishwar pranidhan. Whichever faith, whichever religion, be surrendered to the Almighty. So this is that. Then comes, and by the way, there are 84,000 postures of yoga. The Westerners made it into 25 posture yoga. So sad. 84,000 postures of yoga are there. And each, what it does, there are reasons why these postures were there. So how yoga developed? So yoga developed by a group of people who were one amongst us 5,000 years. And they said, let's explore something more to life. So they went to the mountains. Now what do you do in the mountains? No work. Whatever vegetable, fruits, animals you get, you eat. Then they saw many animals around. So there are 84,000 creatures on earth. And 84,000 postures were developed looking at those animals. Like Ustrasana, the camel. Cobra, Bhujangasana. So each and every posture of yoga is the name of a posture of an animal. Like for example, if you just sit like this every day, you're going to change. Completely. Now, once the yogis think that yam niyam I am following, now comes the asana. There where all the yoga schools of the world has opened. Whole yoga school of the world has opened without knowing the basic principles of what is asana. Movement cannot be meditative. Movement does not lead to meditation. It's the stillness which leads to meditation. That's the flow of Patanjali, which yoga talks about. So yoga, what is yoga? What is asana? Sthiraha sukham asanam. Say with me. Sthiraha sukham asanam. If any posture I can hold for 2 hours, 32 minutes, we have attained the siddhi of the posture, the magic of that posture. Like, for example, if we sit this way, can we sit for 2 hours, 32 minutes? It will start changing you. Why it will change? The posture was not to move. The posture was you to stay. Stay. Then the changes will happen. Then that modifications will, imagine, 2 hours, 22 minutes, your muscles will fire. All possible physiological changes needs to change, will happen. So, if you understand yoga, you have to follow Patanjali because it's like Quran of yoga. No one knows better than Allah Ta'ala. It's like that. So, what is a posture? Sthiraha sukham asanam. Stability, feeling of well-being is a posture. Now, when I put my leg on my head, where is stability? Where is feeling of well-being? Now we understand that there are 3 reasons why 84,000 postures were made. So there are 3 types of asana. How many types of asanas? 3. Say with me. Yoga for relaxation. Yoga for meditation. And cultural yoga. So you do 84,000 postures so that you can sit in any one of those postures in your meditation for 2 hours, 32 minutes. That is 10th part of the day. So why do we do so many postures? We do so many postures so that you can be stable. The whole process of yoga is, now what is the process of doing the postures? I now will question on all the schools of yoga. The varied versions of yoga. The distorted versions of yoga. The distortion in yoga. The distortion of the thought of yoga. And what is that? The technique of practicing asana has been told as prayatna. Say with me. Prayatna. Saithilyam. Ananta Samapratibhyam. That means postures has to be practiced effortlessly. Now you can see all the schools of yoga breaking all this. It's effortless. Just learn to be. So the whole yogic techniques leads towards stillness, not movement. Because then you're going towards calisthenics. That's not yoga. Calisthenics is different form because calisthenics deals with physical fitness. Yoga is to deal with your soul. Yoga is to deal with your that silence, that zone, what can change, which can evolve you very fast, which works on kundalini, which changes the kundalini, which changes the plexus within our body. The moment you move is gone, because then anything that moves, there is no stillness in it. So what is the technique of practicing asanas? Prayatna saithilyam anantas. What is prayatna? Effort. Saithilyam, effortlessly. Anant, by fixing the mind beyond or at your breath. The moment we move, the flow, hold, the final. That's why it is said, starting posture, going to that posture and holding of the posture. The whole art of yoga is how long can you make the posture work in your system. Are we getting? So this, why then comes the result. Why do we practice asanas? We practice asanas tato dvandada nabhighata. Duality of the mind goes if you practice physical asanas. Now, yoga has two parts. But one part is called Bahirang, another part is called Antarang. Bahirang, to the whole West, is towards Bahirang. That's what when I wrote in Time magazine, yogis don't look good because they have perfect behind. Yogis look good because they have stillness. The art of stillness, the art of silence, the power of silence, the power of inward journey. There is a way you look outside, there is a way you look inside. So tato dvandada nabhighata means by practicing of posture, the duality of the mind will go away. Whenever you have a thought, you fight with two things. Should I not? This is called duality. That duality goes, that means focus comes. Energy gets harnessed. There is more of power which is generated within you. So this is basic definition and understanding of Yam, Niyam, Asana. So asana, first thing, what is asana? Sthira Sukham Asana. That means I do postures to gain stillness and stability. That's the purpose of doing yoga. Movement distorts. 2. How do we practice asanas? Prayatna saithilyam ananta samapratibhyam. I practice, the technique of practicing asana is effortless. Most of the Western teachers, come on! No, you're not allowed that word. Because then you'll only lead to muscle injury. Wherever, if my body is here, I will be here, that's all. Tomorrow you'll be here. Because elasticity and plasticity. Muscles are not plastic, they're elastic. That means if I stretch, what is plasticity and elasticity? When I stretch the muscles, then it comes back to original position, that's called elastic. When it does not come back to original, it's called plastic. So muscles are plastic in nature. So if I achieve a posture today here, it's okay. Next day you'll be here, next day you'll be here. It's gradual growth. And anything, Aristotle first time showed this world that human body can do things which no other creature can do. So what he did, there was a cow born in his house. So he picked the small baby cow and started to run. And he ran every day with the cow. It became a full cow and he used to run. Because body adapted to the load on a daily basis. That's the science of yoga. Adaptation of load. Load has 5 parameters. Intensity, density, duration, frequency and volume. These are 5 parameters of load. Now, slowly, that's why yoga is evolutionary because it does not forces you. It's the gym which says 3 more to go. No, yoga is not that science. Yoga is a science of happiness, healing, perfection. There's a difference between the Western and the Eastern mind. Now, let's talk about how yoga affects the body. When I'm not interested in burning calories, how will I get fitter? Let's understand more. Now, in every joint of our body, we have an organ called stretch receptor. Say with me. Stretch receptor. Now, there are stretch receptors are of 2 types. Golgi tendon organ and muscle spindle. Golgi tendon organ and muscle spindle. Now, the moment I go here, beyond that, my brain will not allow me to go. Why? This is. The stretch receptors will inform the central nervous system and the central nervous system will immediately react and not allow the body to go ahead. Like, how long? Split. There's a limit. A gymnast, do understand, by able to perform a head on the leg, you're not a better yogi. You better go to gymnastic classes, not yoga classes. Because the purpose here is not insane flexibility. Purpose here is happiness. Purpose here is peace. Purpose here is changing within, changing the internal world within. The purposes are very different. Their gymnastic is a sports event. Yoga is not a sports event. Though there are people who are now trying to make this as a sport. No, yogis don't allow. Because then again, competition again, the world changes. So, till here, yam, niyam, asana and pranayam, it's called external yoga. Yam, niyam, asana, pranayam is called the external yoga. The West has classically mastered it. Better than a gymnast. You'll see in the mountains, in the yogis, they'll have this pot belly. And they're the biggest yogis. No, I'm not interested in my belly fat. I'm interested in my peace of mind. I'm interested in happiness. I'm interested in the bliss within me. I'm interested in connecting to nature. I'm interested in only one thing. What do I feel? How deeply I feel? What is the reality I see? What is the reality others sees? So what yogis talk about? The window is the eye. But which is the eye? The eye has to evolve so that the reality we see changes. What is yoga? Changing realities. What is science of yoga? Changing realities. Now let's dig into the next part. Again, pranayama has been so distorted, so angry with them, especially the West. Now, what is pranayama? Can I get some water? What is pranayama? Say with me. Tasmin sati swas praswas gatiro vikshid pranayama. The art of being aware of the breathing is called pranayama. The art of being aware of the breath is called pranayama. Wow. Beautiful. So, what to do? Okay, we'll wrap up with this. So, let's get into the section of pranayama, because the difference between a dead body and the living body, how do we find out? Prana. If you look at a yogi, the skin, the achievement of yoga is the skin, the glow, the texture, the confidence, the joy of being human can be achieved. So this all changes happens through pranayama. Now, pranayama has three parts. Purak, inhalation. Purak, inhalation. Rechak, exhalation. Kumbhak, retention. So what can breathing has three parts. Inhalation, exhalation and retention. When we sit normally, we take 12 to 16 breaths per minute. When we sleep, we take 25 to 28 breaths per minute. When we get upset, angry, we go up to 40, 45 breaths per minute. And when we become aware of our breath, we take 1 or 2 breaths per minute. That's why a turtle and an elephant dies very late, because the pattern of breathing is very, very slow. If you want to live for 100 or 150 years, just watch your breath. If you want to heal all your diseases of your life, no need of learning this, that, nothing. Just be aware of your breath. Just mere awareness of the breath is called purak. I breathe normally. You never do this, that, hey breath, you stay here, I'll come and catch you. You carry this entire physiology together 24/7, even if you're sleeping or breathing. So this breathing segment is very powerful, very, very deep, and affects human consciousness and mind too. Like there is no human being on earth who can put a thread into the needle without stopping the breath. That close it is to concentration. Unknowingly also, if you try to, you'll see your breath closed. That means if I work on all these parameters of breath, now then comes the advanced practitioners where you inhale and hold. Let's try this. you will know what is prana. Inhale very powerfully and don't exhale till I say. Hold. Stay. 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 Hold. Relax. Exhale. See, automatically all your breathing patterns have changed. This is pranayama. Tasmin sati swasa praswas gatiro vikshed pranayama. Pranayama is a method by which the inhalation and exhalation going inside our body, I become consciously aware. The moment I bring that awareness into play, my 12 to 16 breath goes to 3 to 5 breaths per minute, and this is changing, revolutionary in the anti-aging process. Your age, Allah Ta'ala has given you number of breath. What is your age? Number of breath. How you change the pattern of your breath, you start looking younger, looking better, disease-free, because you have changed the pattern of breath. Now, in breathing, second phenomena is that the moment I stop my breathing, that means kumbhaka, like when you are too stressed, no, and like your girlfriend has dropped, boyfriend has dropped, and your heart size has pounded, you are disturbed and you don't know what to do, father has said something, all this is stress. Just inhale and stop. You cannot think anymore. The whole world is let's be in now. The easiest way to be in now is hold your breath. You'll be just now, because your life will be at question mark soon. You can only be quickly in now if you just hold your breath. So whenever you have time, now this inhale and hold is called Antaha Kumbhak. What it does, it changes the positive ions in our body. When you inhale and hold, the positive pressure inside your body grows. Very good place for regeneration of the bacteria inside your body. Very good place where a lot of oxygen will be taken care, because when you inhale, we have external breathing, that is, and you have internal breathing, where the air goes inside and it goes to the alveoli sac in the lungs, and there you have pipes of air, and there homeostasis between oxygen and blood and oxygen combines together to bring in oxyhemoglobin. You want to feel fresh? Just come on, let's do 3 minutes. Come on, let's try. 30 seconds you can't do. See, you'll get tired. But yes, grow this on a daily basis. Again, subtler changes will happen. You will see you get less angry. You will see you are less depressed. You will see you are more happier. So this is the pranayama section. Then comes pratyahar dharana. Now yogi feels, okay, I have mastered the body, I have mastered my breath, now what to do? Then begins the role of initiating into meditation. What is meditation? What is the best technique of meditation? There is no technique of meditation. All are lying. 100% everyone is lying. Otherwise, we will have a lot of Muhammads and Buddhas running around in the whole street, which is not true. What is meditation? Art of knowing myself. What is meditation? Art of healing myself. Art of giving time to myself. What is meditation? I just want to be left alone. Those moments are meditative. Meditation can be achieved by looking at nature. Meditation can be achieved by just a sip of coffee. Meditation can be achieved by just giving a hug to somebody whom I love. Meditation can be achieved by simply sitting. Just sit. Start seizing the functions of your body, like less movement. You got it? Less movement. The moment you move less, thought will be less. So when you walk on the road, there's a lot of traffic going, right? That's our mind. Ta, 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 ta. In between you'll get gaps and you cross. That is meditation. Art of crossing in those gaps within. Those pauses which you'll get. So any faith, like you believe in Islam, you can Bismillah Rahman Rahim, any word. Just chant. It changes the metamorphosis of the body. Because it breaks the pain cycle. Psychologically, the ego wants you to, I better be in pain than be egoist. That's our mind. Pain and ego are married together. They love it. I better be right and painful than to experiment and heal. There is so much turmoil within. Why are we not questioning? So from today, take a lesson from me. Every 1 hour, half an hour, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, keep saying, what do I feel? And look around. How do I feel? If you start working on your feelings, you have become yogi. Because you are now respecting your feelings. Otherwise, it just comes and goes. So you're on the highway, all the time traffic going left, right. Now, at this point is called pratyahar. What is pratyahar? Pratyahar is, I want more out of life. I want to feel peaceful within sometimes. I want to just sit by the side of the sea and just feel beautiful. Dharana. Next step. What is dharana? Dharana has 3 elements. Meditator, object, process. Once again, meditator, object, process. I'm using painting to meditate. Perfect. You are the painter. Process is painting. Object is the canvas. Do you lose yourself in your process? Yes. You are in dharana now. Do you feel sometime that when I'm painting, I'm not there anymore? You're in dharana. When you just become the canvas, you're in dhyana. When you just with your canvas, like a musician, just with the music, just the sound, just goes somewhere. When willingly, without music, without canvas, without any drama, without nature, in your small little chair, you can experience that. It's called samadhi. What is samadhi? Hyper training state of the mind. We, as a normal human being, not even use 2 to 3%. Imagine the ability of human being. You can paint, you can sing, you can do millions of things together. But conditional. We are conditioned to judge ourselves. We are taught to judge ourselves. We are taught not to open up. From childhood, don't, you become don't at the end. You look like don't. Have you seen an old man? He looks like don't. So yoga says express. So when you look at like yoga, it looks expressive. It's like a canvas being played there. So this is a small little introduction to the science of yoga. Now, let's get into the metaphysics of yoga. How yoga can change Who is a yogi? Do I really need to know the posture, asana, or a technique to do to be a yogi? Not at all. Yoga is a state of mind. Yoga is just the mind. And that's why chitta needs to be. Metaphysics of the mind is the understanding of chitta. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. Yoga is the process by the help of which we stop all the modifications of human mind. Now understanding of the chitta. Chitta has two segments. Purush, Prakriti. Nature and man. Second connotation. Chitta has three segments. What are those? Logic, and buddhi, intelligence, and ahankara. Beautiful. Intelligent. So we have been teacher and student for last 25 years. In a year we meet 1 or 2 days. That's all. Because leave the tree to evolve itself. Don't. That's why jungle trees are better than our fed water, 24/7 chemical spray, this, that. Still it becomes. 21st century, people are dying early because of overeating. Again, the Americans have screwed the head. This whole thing came because of one basic logic, that 1 kg chicken was converted into 14 kg chicken, adding this. Now so much food is there. So breakfast, lunch, dinner came. Before that, people used to hunt and eat. One meal was enough. Eat less, you'll be happier and live longer and very long. 120, 130 years, you will be disease-free. And learn to express. Expression is beautiful. If you can't express in front of your husband, pick up a canvas and express. Pick up a music system and express. Pick up a pillow and hit. Do something to express. Don't hold. That coils you. And in my next yoga session, I'll be really taking you to your coil stage. You'll say, oh, I can't. You will understand how coiled we are. So, now comes the 3 schools of thought in the world of exercise. What is the difference between yogic exercise and gym and treadmill and cycling and? There are 3 types of exercises. How many types of exercises? Isometric, isotonic, and isostatic. How many types of exercises are there in the world? 3. Isometric, isotonic, isostatic. Yes, Americans are smarter. Isokinetic. They developed one more. Now, yogis thought the intention of yoga people are not to be Madonna or Shahrukh Khan. Intention is to live longer, happier. Now, if I need to develop my bicep, what will I do if it's isometric? What is isometric exercises? We pick up a weight and pump the muscle. So when we contract the muscles, these are called agonist. When we contract this muscle, it's called antagonist. These are biceps and triceps. The moment we increase and decrease the size of the muscles, they are called isometric exercises. Americans, again, very intelligent people on earth. So they said, I can develop better. What? So they put computer. Where is the computer? So when I lift this weight, here there is contraction. But when I bring it down, this was waste of time, because nothing was happening here. Are you getting? So this is called an angle of pull. Actually, the whole exercise of the gym works only from this point to this point. So from here to here waist, here to here is the action. So they put a computer into the whole process, and amount of power to use from here to here, all same contraction, and from here to here same contraction. So isometric. So agonist and antagonist both developed together. But what they found was muscle mass. Yes, some people like it. But you have to understand, more muscles, more tiredness. More muscles, more maintenance. More muscles, more number of... So for a yoga guy to sit like this is easy. But for a muscle man to sit like... Yeah, man. Yeah. You have made your body stiff. It's aging fast. Blood circulation is getting difficult. Muscle mass has increased. So the moment more and more I will do these isometric exercises, I will increase my number of muscle fiber and muscle capillaries attached to it. Now, more number of calorie to maintain. So you eat more and you become huge. Aging is the problem. You age fast. You will look like this, but you'll see all the skin hanging here. Cheek will go here. Eyes will have be here. No. This iso. Now yogi said there's a better way. Isostatic. You need muscle fire, no? We have a way. And that is hold. Let it fire. How long you want to fire? You got to hold. Stay. How long can you hold? See, to get a 30-second of contraction to the bicep, you have to do 4 sets of 10 each to get a 30-second contraction in your muscles. And I will be just here and here. I'm here. How much more hour you want? You can keep for 2 hours, 32 minutes. Ripped. You understand changes? Plus, yogis talk about breath pattern. You can do a gym and think about your girlfriend while running. When you do yoga, when you concentrate on your breath and do, you cannot think about anything else. It brings closer to you. You're centered, you're more focused, you develop memory, you develop a lot of beautiful understanding about yourself, because it's not easy. Just sit. Can everyone get up? 1 minute. And let's see the difference, what I'm talking about. Just stay. Stay. No, just keep your hand here. No need to. Just easy. Yeah, whatever is easy. Stay. But why do you want to do squats? Just stay. Muscles will start firing. Muscles will go into action. It will work. His grandfather has to work. This is isostatic. Yoga is about iso. Yoga is an isostatic form of exercise. Up to you. Up to you. Up to you. No, how much do you do a gym? Till your muscles are tired. So you can. That's all for now. Thank you. God bless.